Hello and welcome to MICHELLA World TV. Bœuf Bourguignon. It's a French staple food. It's absolutely delicious and there are many versions of it. I think something like Bœuf Bourguignon is a food that village people prepared, and each family had their own little way of preparing it. So I don't really think there's really such a thing as an authentic, exact recipe for Bœuf Bourguignon. What I did was I've taken a little bit from here and there and I've put it together and made it my way. I think that's the best way to do it, really. So I'm going to show you my version. Another thing I wanted to tell you is that they don't use a Burgundy wine because it's very expensive. Most people use a wine that's moderately priced that tastes good. It has to be a red wine, of course. It could be from the region, but it doesn't have to be one of those expensive wines. It would be ridiculous to use an expensive wine just to make this. So let's begin right away. I'm going to start by cutting a whole onion. The question about carrots. Now, some people use carrots, some people don't. Some people put the carrot inside the Bœuf Bourguignon just for the flavor, but then they don't want to see the carrot. That's my preference. So what I do is I grate my carrot, and then during cooking, it's just going to disappear. This piece of beef is from the side of the rib. This is my favorite piece of beef for cooking Bœuf Bourguignon. Now what you want to do is cut in large pieces. We don't want to cut our beef any smaller than this because it does shrink during cooking. And you want to have nice chunks of beef when you're eating your Bœuf Bourguignon. You could ask your butcher to cube this meat for you, but I prefer doing it myself. Now, believe it or not, this has to marinate for a minimum of 12 hours. Some people do it for only 2. If you don't have the patience, it's okay. You can do it in 2 hours, 12 hours, or ideally 24 hours. And then your beef comes out perfect and beautiful, and it tastes so good. It's really worth the trouble. That's why I'm doing it the day before. What we're going to do now is we're going to take half of these carrots, put them down at the bottom, and half of the onions as well. I have here 4 bay leaves. 2 which I'm going to place at the bottom. Pour some red wine on top of this. And place my meat. Now the rest of the carrot. And the rest of the onion. Spread evenly over the meat. And now the rest of the wine. Oh boy, that looks so incredible already. And the smell of the wine. Wait until you see it tomorrow. We're just going to push the meat down a little bit to ensure that it's soaked nicely in the wine. 2 more of the bay leaves. Cover. This is going into the refrigerator for 24 hours, and I will see you tomorrow. Now it's the following day, and we are ready to begin cooking our beautiful Bœuf Bourguignon. So My beef was in the refrigerator for almost 24 hours, and now we are ready to cook it. So let's get started. The wine has soaked into the meat. Even now, it already smells incredible. This is 1 cup of whole wheat flour. I find whole wheat flour better for this recipe because it's nuttier and gives a nicer flavor to the Bœuf Bourguignon. Let's discuss for a moment the idea of frying the beef before cooking it. Yes, it caramelizes. It also leaves a coat of tougher meat around each morsel, which I like a little bit less. So the best solution to remedy that situation is to coat the beef inside the flour, and then the flour actually gets fried and the meat stays tender on the inside. Now we are ready to fry. This is garlic infused olive oil. It's wonderful. Whatever you do, do not crowd the pan, otherwise the beef is going to steam instead of fry. Once the flour is a nice golden brown, you can turn over the meat. How beautiful is this? The next step is to pour in the sauce that accumulated at the bottom of this bowl. You want all this goodness in here. There is so much flavor in what we just fried. Now we're going to pour the carrots and the onions that soaked in that wine all night long. Remove the original bay leaves. Now we are going to put together a bouquet garni. Bouquet garni looks like this. This is 1 layer of leek into which I'm going to add 1 bay leaf, celery with the leaves, thyme, and parsley. We roll this up nicely and tie it with a string. We add our beautiful bouquet garni. And here is our wine. This is called Montmérac, Puissance et Caractère. It's a wonderful red wine and it's perfect for Bœuf Bourguignon. I have my oven on at 160 degrees Celsius. I'm going to put this in and it's going to cook for 3 hours, and then we're going to take a look at it. During the last hour that my Bœuf Bourguignon is in the oven, I have boiled some potatoes because they go beautifully with this meal. And also I'm going to prepare the garnish. The garnish consists of mushrooms and pearl onions. Quarter the mushrooms. You want nice chunky pieces of mushroom, and they will shrink anyway. I'm going to add some more of that lovely garlic infused olive oil and 1 ounce of butter. If you want this meal to be kosher, just skip this part and you'll be fine. Throw in the mushrooms. A teaspoon of dry onion. Half a teaspoon of dry garlic. And a large pinch of dry thyme. Coarse black pepper. And salt to taste. A tiny little bit of the red wine. And now we're going to add our pearl onions. Saute your mushrooms and your pearl onions. Oh my goodness. This is really exciting. I feel like Julia Child. Oh my God. Definitely needs salt and pepper, but I'm glad I didn't put it before. This is a teaspoon of salt. Taste test number 2. Oh, this is perfect. Bœuf Bourguignon with potatoes on the side, sprinkled with parsley the way it normally is served. And I like it with an endive salad because the bitterness brings out the sweetness from the wine and the beef.